Hi, kindergartners. I hope you had a great weekend and you are ready for some math on this Monday. So let's get started with some subitizing practice. Okay, so here I have my 10 frame for you. And sorry, I just noticed it wasn't straight. There we go. Hopefully that's a little straighter for you. Let's practice looking at this 10 frame, and can you tell me what number you see on the 10 frame? What number is my 10 frame representing? You may want to press pause if you need some time to think about it. Okay, so the 10 frame here is representing what number? To figure it out, you may have had to count each counter, so let's do that. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this 10 frame is representing 9. Now, you may not have had to count all of these counters. You may have been able to look at this and figure out it was 9 without having to count. You may have done several things. You may have looked at it and seen, okay, there's just one counter missing, and I know when it's all full, it's 10. So if it's just missing one less than 10 is 9. So this must be 9. You may have thought of it that way in your head. You may have moved this counter in your head to right here and been able to see, oh, that's 9, because this is a usual way that we would see 9 on our 10 frame. So there's several different ways you could have figured out that this was 9. Let me make one more for you. All right, what number is my 10 frame showing now? You may want to take a few seconds. If you need more time, press pause so you can figure it out. All right, to figure out what number this was representing, you may have counted. So let's count. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My 10 frame is representing 6. Now, you may not have had to have counted each counter. Excuse me. You may have been able to figure it out in another way. So, for example, I see a math fact here that I know. I know that 2 and 3 makes 5, and then one more is 6. So you may have been able to figure it out that way if you knew that 2 plus 3 math fact. I see another way I could have figured it out. I may have in my head pretended that this counter was here instead. And then look, that makes a double. That makes 3 and 3. And I know 3 plus 3 is 6. So there's several different ways you could have moved these counters around in your mind to help you figure out that this was 6 without having to count each one. So that is subitizing, and we're going to keep practicing subitizing throughout the year. All right, let's look at our word problem for today. If you have some paper and pencil or a dry erase board and a marker at home so you can work this problem out with me, go ahead and press pause and grab those things now. All right, let's read the problem together. Sarah had 8 kittens. She gave 5 of them away. How many kittens does Sarah have left? Okay, let's read this one more time and listen very carefully for the question that we need to answer. Ready? Sarah had 8 kittens. She gave 5 of them away. How many kittens does Sarah have left? Did you hear the question that we need to answer? How many kittens does Sarah have left? See, it ends with a question mark. So this is what we need to answer. Now let's read back through and listen for anything that's important that talks about kittens, because that's going to help us to figure out how many are left. Here's the first sentence. Sarah had 8 kittens. What's important from that sentence? 8, right? 8 tells us the number of kittens that she started with. Here's the next sentence. She gave 5 of them away. What's important from that one? Well, the number 5. 5 what? What does 5 tell us? It tells us how many she gave away. Those words may be clues to help us figure out whether we need to add or subtract. So let's move on to our plan and see if we can figure out what we're going to need to do. Will we be adding or subtracting? So think about what's going on here in this problem. Sarah has these 8 kittens, and then she gives 5 of them away, probably to new owners. So when she's giving those kittens away, is that adding or is it subtracting? Remember, when we add, we join together. When we subtract, we separate. So Sarah is subtracting when she gives away kittens. When you give away, those words are usually key words to help you know that you're going to subtract. So, how many kittens did Sarah start with? She started with 8, and then she gave away how many? 5. And we're trying to see how many are left. That's going to be our answer to this problem, how many are left. Okay, so right now I want you to press pause and see if you can figure out how many are left, and then we'll solve the problem together. So press pause, and then when you're done, press play. Okay. Hopefully you solved this problem at home on your own. Now we're going to check it together. So Sarah had 8 kittens to start with. To solve this problem this time, I'm going to use counters. So 8 kittens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, here's my 8 kittens. Now she gave away 5 of them, so we need to take away 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many kittens are left? Count those with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. So how many does she have left? She has 3 kittens left. Now, before we are done with this problem, we're going to check it one more way to make sure we're right. This time, I'm going to draw a picture to check it. So, let's draw a picture. Now, I could draw a picture of some cats. I guess I'll do that because that does make it a little more fun. But we're not going to go into too much detail because we're in a hurry. All right, 8 kittens. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, here are my 8 kittens. I know I didn't add faces. I could if I wanted to, but we've got ears. All right, so there were 8 kittens, and then she gave away 5. So to show that we're giving them away, I'm just going to X out 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many kittens are left? 1, 2, 3. So I got the same answer both times. So we know for sure 8 minus 5 equals 3. And we can answer the question now. How many kittens does Sarah have left? She has 3 kittens left. Okay, we're going to move on to our math lesson for today. This week in kindergarten, we are focusing on coins. And I have to tell you, it is a little challenging to teach coins virtually. So this week it's going to take you practicing a little bit at home with your coins too. Just because it's kind of hard for me to teach you all about them on a video. But I'm going to do the best I can. So in kindergarten, all you have to know is the name of the coins. You just have to be able to recognize them. In first grade, you'll learn how to count the coins, how much each coin is worth, and counting the coins. And sometimes when we mix them together, we even count mixed coins in first grade. But in kindergarten, all you have to know is the name of the coin. So that's what we're really going to focus on getting good at this week. So let's start with this coin here. And I'm going to try to hold it where it's not blurry, but it's kind of hard. Okay, so this coin, do you know the name of this coin here? This coin is the penny. Okay, this is a penny. pennies are always this copper brown color. It's the only coin, only U.S. coin, only coin we have in the United States that is this copper brown color. The other coins are silver. So with this penny being brown, it's usually really easy to recognize the penny since it's a different color than the other coins. So this is the penny, and it's brown. It is not the smallest coin. It's actually the second to smallest coin. We'll talk about which one is smaller than it later. It is worth the least amount, though, and you don't have to know this in kindergarten, but it is only worth 1 cent. So a penny is worth 1. A penny has smooth edges. And then on the penny, and on all of the coins actually, we have 2 different sides. So this side is called the heads side. And then the other side's called tails. So on all of the coins, the heads side actually does have a picture of someone's head. Okay? The person that's on the penny is Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was one of the presidents of the United States. And he is on the penny. On the tails side, the tails design is usually some type of memorial or something that's important to the United States. So on the back of the penny is the Lincoln Memorial. And this is just a building that is special for Abraham Lincoln. So the tails side of coins don't have a picture of a tail on them. They just have a picture of something that's important to the United States. And in this case, it's the Lincoln Memorial. So this is the penny. It has Abraham Lincoln on the head side, the Lincoln Memorial on the tail side, and it is brown. So this is the penny. And here are a few more pennies. The next coin we're going to talk about is this one here. This coin is called a nickel. Nickel. And before we talk about the nickel, let me write the word penny here for us so we don't forget. Penny. Penny starts with a P. Okay, now this is the nickel. The nickel is silver. See, its color is the silver gray color. It has smooth edges like the penny also. So this nickel has smooth edges. On the heads side, I just dropped it on the floor. Let me grab another nickel, sorry. Okay, on the head side of the nickel is Thomas Jefferson, another important person in the United States, Thomas Jefferson. So we have Thomas Jefferson on the head side, and then on the tails side of the nickel, we have the Monticello. So that's an important building in the United States. Also on the back of the nickel, it says 5 cents because the nickel is worth 5 cents. So if you're ever not sure how much this coin is worth, you can turn it over and read the words 5 cents to remind you. So this is the nickel and it's worth 5. Here's nickel. Here's the next coin we're going to talk about. This is the smallest coin that we have, but it is not worth the smallest amount. So this coin is the dime. And on the dime, we have on the heads side, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And on the back, on the tails side, there's the torch. I don't know if you can see it very good. There's a picture of a torch, which stands for liberty, and an olive branch that stands for peace, and an oak branch that stands for strength and independence. So some important symbols for the United States are on the back there, on the tails side of the dime. Also on the tails side, it says 1 dime on the back. So if you're not sure what this coin is, you could check the tail side and it tells you its actual name, 1 dime. And again, you don't have to know this in kindergarten, but a dime is worth 10 cents. So this is the dime. Goodness, I just keep dropping everything today. Here's the dime. The last coin that we're going to talk about is this one. It is the largest coin that we're going to learn about. There's actually a larger one called the half dollar, but we don't learn about the half dollar. This is the largest one, though, in kindergarten that we'll talk about. It is the quarter, and it's worth the most also. On the quarter, on the head side, is a picture of George Washington, our first president. And then on the tails side of the quarter, we have a picture of the presidential coat of arms, which is an eagle with its arms wide out. So this is the back of a quarter. And the back of the quarter also says quarter dollar. So this is the tail side, and this is the heads side of the quarter. Something about the quarter and dime, besides the fact that they're both silver, they both have ridged edges. So I don't know if you can see them on video very well, but the edges of the quarter and the dime have ridges. So you may be able to hear the sound they make when I run my nail across them. They have little ridges. So if you're not able to tell maybe the difference between the nickel and the quarter, if you're forgetting, you can check the edges. The nickel has a smooth edge and the quarter has ridged edges. So this is a quarter. And a quarter is worth 25 cents. If you have 4 quarters, you have 1 whole dollar. And again, you don't have to learn this in kindergarten, but it doesn't hurt to know how much each coin is worth. So remember, this is the penny, this is a nickel, a dime, and a quarter. And we'll learn about these throughout the week and practice them. But this week, to really get these down, it's going to take you guys sitting down at home. And if maybe your parents have some coins, just putting some coins out on the table and practicing saying their names. So you could put them all together and go, okay, this one is a quarter, this is a nickel, these are pennies. So practice at home all week long. That way you really start to understand the names of these coins. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.